Hello, good people. Emmanuel San Safali bring you the Promise Insurance Show. And today, let's talk about agriculture insurance. Here with us, we have Agro Consortium. And who is Agro Consortium? If we can go briefly to how their website looks like. They talk about this is the Agro Consortium of Uganda. So who are they? This is a coalition of 14 licensed insurance companies established to implement the Uganda Agriculture Insurance Scheme, UIS, and a landmark public-private partnership, PPP, between Government of Uganda, represented by Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and the private insurance sector. So that brings me to Britam Insurance, who is the latest insurer who has joined the consortium, who is going to offer services in a unique way, and maybe they have a better service provision as compared to the other insurance players. But it's generally the consortium that manages the services. So let's go back to this window. Some of us have seen it, where this is window A of 2026. We have these regions. And depending on the crops, we are mostly a crop agriculture insurance, agro economy as Uganda. So people are into beans and maize and the generic crops. The planting season has begun. This is February. So like southwestern Uganda, that is in Chisoro, Kabale, the season is going to start on 11th of February, closing 3rd of March. So if you're in that region, better start on this agriculture insurance early enough within that window. Once the window closes, it will be too bad for you that the insurance companies or the consortium cannot take you on. So basically, this is very important to start with. But before we go into all that, let's just watch this brief video that really sensitizes us about insurance by the regulator.
It is okay. Mine was even worse. Look, the only problem with you, you don't have agricultural insurance. Yes. My name is Albert, and I am a farmer. I have 7 hectares of banana plantation and coffee. In 2020, my shamba was affected by the banana bacterial wilt. In Uganda, Chiwotoka. I noticed that my banana leaves were getting yellow, they were dying off. So actually, eventually they died. Since the disease wiped out the entire garden, I was lucky that I was insured. So they sent some more agriculturists to access my garden to get a wipe report. Days later, I was compensated and I was so happy. So I cleared out the garden and I put a new one. So now it grew up, as you can see. So this is now my new garden. And my bananas are growing beautiful. I can now access enough and the importance of agricultural insurance. Because without it, a farmer can drop from 100 to 0 in a matter of days. So, get agricultural insurance.
Agriculture insurance includes crop insurance, livestock, poultry, and aquaculture, which is fish farming. So, mainly for crop insurance, what we cover damage or physical loss or damage to crops arising out of drought, excessive rainfall, floods, windstorm damage, uncontrollable pests and diseases, and other causes. So we are also happy to inform farmers all over the country that we have a partnership with the government of Uganda, where the government contributes premiums on behalf of farmers. So unlike other insurance products, actually for agriculture, farmers are paying a subsidy premium, where we would charge a normal rate of 10%, for agriculture we would charge 3.5 or 2% depending on the location of the farm. So we call upon all farmers to embrace this opportunity, because insurance is just there to mitigate financial losses that are suffered as a result of the different risks that happen.
The IRA has given a very good sensitization, and briefly the Agro Consortium is here with the 14 insurance players who you have to go to get this kind of information. Of course, bring Britam Insurance, that has been the latest player, to join that consortium. So I was telling you that for this kind of season A, the first season of the year, different regions. If you're in Irish potatoes, this season will start in 21st of February. The biggest area is in southwestern Uganda, 21st of February up to 14th of March. Central, it will be from 11th of March up to 1st of April. So those kind of regions. If you're in coffee, Robusta, that one started a little bit, and that's a region. You must have started Robusta or Arabica, you must have started by 1st of February 2026, and it will end strictly on 22nd of February 2026. So things like that, I always sent out by the consortium to all the players. So let's see, what is that now, agriculture insurance? What is that process? As we mentioned, you had that brief video. It could be livestock, it could be crop, it could be poultry, it could be aquaculture, that is for fish. Yeah. So this is just a brief how you join the scheme. Okay, what do we cover? How does the government help you? And of course, it is early bird catches the worm. So if you delay, there are some other players that get the subsidy. This is the premium subsidy. It is up to 50% for the smallholder farmers and up to 30% for the largeholder farmers. So government has been putting 5 billion Uganda shillings every year for the last 5 years. So we believe in this new regime, they're going to maybe increase that to about 10 billion, but for now, it is still 5 billion. And so for cows, as you can see, they're talking about more than 30. For pigs, you must have more than 50. For chickens, you must have more than, or that is poultry, more than 2,000. And then for fish farming, only large scale. And for aquaculture, actually, we have onshore and offshore. So for those people who are in ponds, those are onshore farmers. And then those people who are in the lake, that is offshore. So things like that. We have different ratings, much as this is the excess. So we charge a premium of 5% of the value of the animals or the value of the crop or the yield. That is for livestock anyway. And this is multi-peril. It could be, you can see from 5, for cows it's 3.5, the rating can go lower than that. And for the plants, of course, now that one now depends on the yield, and we can go through it. Some of these companies, of course, were some of them have since changed their labels and they have merged, but I believe we shall get a new brochure from the consortium very soon that we shall share. But of course, what do we cover in the plants? We cover the fires, the droughts, the excessive rainfall, lightning, explosions. I've had this discussion before. Possibly you could check my other episodes for you to get a more detailed explanation and examples of how much we charge. But going forward, this is actually what we fill out. Okay, this is a brief of what we cover, but that is a very big detail. Of course, now this is the application form. You always fill out. If you're interested in birds, poultry, you give us your information. This is the form that I always share with you, so that you give us as much information about the farm as possible, about the farm managers who are there. They give us information about your vets available, because this is also very important information before we quote. So the quotation always we cannot quote until we get as much information about your farm as possible. So let's say for livestock, that's also more or less the same thing, much as I talked about 30 and above. Give us the location of the farm, give us the details, the breeds, the ages, the values of each animal. You know, you could have the heifer, you could have the in-calf, You can have the calves themselves for the cows. So name it. Again, this form gives you a guide of what we need information so that we can quote. For crop, we need to know the yields, the kind of crops, of course, the farm element. All that information is well explained. You must give us more of, these are more technical information. Of course, your farm managers who have been in this business before of farming must give us the expected yield, how much inputs have been put into the farm, or the whatever crop you're investing. We need to have that information. So insurance is all about giving us information for us to quote. So please provide that kind of information whenever you are interested to get this kind of agricultural insurance, so that you are not caught unawares. Just like the examples that have been shared in this small video by the regulator, you could see that you don't have to wait and be a victim. So with that, I think let me just conclude with this last video. And let's take it upon ourselves to reach out for this kind of information. Yes. So this farmer goes again.
Of banana plantation and coffee. In 2020, my shamba was affected
just 5 years
by
ago.
banana bacterial wilt.
For 6 years.
In Uganda, Chiwotoka. I noticed that my banana leaves were getting yellow, they were dying off. So actually, eventually they died. Since the disease wiped out the entire garden, I was lucky that I was insured. So they sent some more agriculturists to access my garden to get a wipe report. Days later, I was compensated and I was so happy. So I cleared out the garden and I put a new one.
Good testimony.
So now it grew up, as you can see. So this is now my new garden. And my bananas are growing beautiful. I can now access enough and the importance of agricultural insurance. Because without it, a farmer can drop from 100 to 0.
So, with that, reach out for more information from the channel below. Utilize us, send us information or requests for us to start on getting information early within the window that was highlighted here. So this is very important for you to note. These dates are very important for you to note. Is it Irish? Is it coffee? So if we have different seasons, we keep sending you that kind of information. So with that, I think I remain Emmanuel Safali, bring you the Promise Insurance Show. Until next time, God bless you all.